Alright, so it is Friday now. It's about 6:32, and I'm on the market looking to see if there's anything. I don't think there's going to be much today. We swept the previous entry that I had in yesterday. That's perfectly fine. It's a great way to close out the week. Made some good profits. So now it's a waiting game, but I think that around 7:30, if I haven't gotten anything, I'm gonna head over to the pizza commissary, get everything we need for the pizzas, and then just finish setting up, and then have a great day today. So kind of just as I thought, there's not much going on in the market, so I just decided to cut it short, and then just sorry about that. So yeah, like I said, just how I thought. Nothing much going on today. Everything was pretty slow. I feel like after the market came back, kind of swept me out of my previous trade. I think that it just needs to kind of reset itself and then kind of play out, and then we'll see where we're at next week. And I think Monday we might have some potential setups, or we're just gonna have to also wait it out and see. But I think that the next big trade is probably gonna come next week. I don't think that with the time that we have left, there's gonna be anything really to play out. If there was supposed to be something, I think I would have played out in the morning. So let's go get this pizza dough, and let's have a great day. All right, I picked up all the doughs, so now we're headed. No, I'm almost home, so I'm gonna shower so I'm not so smelly down at the shop, and then I need to go withdraw $500 from the bank so I can pay the boy for the trailer. But I think that's the last expense, and then I think everything else is like just prepping and making sure we have everything, going over the lists and making sure that everything that I need for the pizza shop is ready to go and ready to be loaded and taken there. And I'm hoping that we can be there by 10:30 because I want to set up quickly, and then I want to get the fire going, and then I want to start removing the paint that's not the paint but the stickers that I was supposed to remove during the week and then I wasn't able to because of the incident where I forgot the I gotta come up with stuff. Incident where I forgot the heat gun. So gonna remember the heat gun, gonna take it all there, gonna do it. So should be an interesting day, and I'm hoping that we're gonna be able to sell a lot. So all right, so everything is now set up for the day. Let me show you what we have. We have the chairs, we have the fire pit, we have the signs. They're not plugged in yet. I'm gonna go plug them in right now. The fire is firing. Got some chorizo because we keep it in the freezer, so we got cold, so we're trying to melt it up a little bit so it breaks up easier. My mom brought us some watermelon, which I'm very excited to devour on our off time, and then I got boxes made. Got that there. My setup's all good. So the sun is out, so it's gonna be what I'm hoping a phenomenal day. So let's hope that we sell a lot of pizzas. Let's hope that we break a record, and yeah, let's get Pizzas Locas going. There's the pizza inside cooking.
¿Rompió? ¿Quieres que haga otra?
So we got a dancing alien. This is our newest way of advertising. So we're getting a couple honks. So hopefully people come by. Yeah, we got this dancing alien, and we're gonna get him a sign pretty soon. It's gonna say, "Come try our pizzas." It is hot. All right, so it's 10 p.m. Just finished up wrapping the entire thing up. Had a fucking quite the wild ride. Towards the end there, it was pretty tough. It was actually very, very difficult filling out some of the orders. So that's something I'll kind of let you guys know a little bit more about it. Go more in depth of what went wrong and what could have gone better. But overall, we filled all the orders, we got them out, and I think for the most part, people are going to be satisfied with the product that they got. So definitely very stressful. Lots to improve on, and I think tomorrow we're gonna start pre-making pizzas. We got a huge rush at for 2 hours, so it was just slammed back to back. People weren't getting their orders on time, but we just had to stay calm, and we had to just get them out of the way and do the best that we can, like we always do. So yeah, check you guys out tomorrow. I might go more in depth, or maybe on Monday I'll make a in-depth video of what anyways, like I was saying, Monday I might make a more in-depth video of what actually went down, and what we did right, what we did wrong, and stuff like that, so that way we can improve. So day 2, already starting off with an adventure. I accidentally forgot the keys inside of the food trailer, and we locked it all up, so now we have to go back and maybe cut the bolt if we can't reach it, but everything else is ready. It's just that, and then that way we can get it prepped and going and get it heated. So hopefully we have another full day. We'll be a lot more prepared, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna do to prepare for it. All right, so quick update for you guys. I don't know where I left off, but yeah, we finished setting up. As soon as we were done setting up, we got an order for 2 pizzas, and right after that we got another order and another order. So this is kind of like the downtime that we have for a little before I guess the next wave comes in. We've sold about ¿cuántas pizzas llevamos vendidas? Hoy? Hey. We've sold about 20 pizzas. The oven is hot. Had to re-clean. But yeah, so we've been pre-making some pizzas, and we tried them all out, and they taste exactly the same as the regular ones. So hopefully the people are enjoying them. But we're doing the pre-made pizzas now, and yeah, hopefully it picks up a little later. Yo, so it's Sunday now. Didn't get to film much of the setup. Pretty much as soon as we got here, we had like 4 or 5 pizzas that we sold. So yeah, it's Sunday. Had some watermelon. Let me see what time it is. It's 1:41, so we've been open for about 2 hours now. We sold about 5 pizzas. It's been pretty good. We got the alien back at it again. He's out there dancing. And yeah, it's gonna be hopefully a great Sunday. Hopefully it's gonna be a great end to our working weekend. And yeah, I'm very excited to sell some more pizzas and then finish the vlog and the update. But yeah, everything's looking up. Hopefully it continues that way, and we're gonna continue to make the best pizza we can. Like 10% left on my phone, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Completely sold out. We sold at like 120 something pizzas. Biggest weekend we've had so far. Can't wait to look at the numbers, but super excited. Just finishing up cleaning up, and then I'm gonna take the boys to dinner. So yeah, great way to end the weekend. All right, so day after we sold out yesterday, we were able to go home early. Pretty happy this time about selling out. We actually had to turn off the online ordering for quite a bit, but yeah, it was a pretty pretty great weekend, and couldn't have asked for anything better. Um, yeah, so let's get into the expenses. So this week we spent uh 2800 $2,899.31. That's including rent and a couple other things that we had to pay, and then our income, gross income, was 2,621. So we were in a profit deficit, but um, I was able to take out the guys to eat, and then a couple of stuff, other stuff that I got for them. So not really negative because well, it's negative because I guess we spent the money, but it wasn't really like we didn't make enough money. It was like I spent some money into the negative or whatever from like last week was, or dug into like last week's profit. So it wasn't negative. It was just, you know. So yeah, we're realizing I'm keeping track of everything that we're spending money on specifically, like like which ingredient we're spending the most on. Obviously, the most we're gonna spend on is carne asada, which is weird because we actually bought 27 pounds of carne asada this weekend. Yeah, we ran through the first 20 in like the first 2 days, 10 per day, and then from there we had to buy more chicharron, and I think we had to buy more chorizo at some point. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we bought more chorizo. But those were our two biggest expenses. Yeah. So and aside from that, right? Obviously, like I got food for the people and stuff like that. So those were a couple other expenses. So uh, but yeah, phenomenal week. Great feedback from the community. I did want to address one thing though that did happen on Friday. So on Friday, um, we got very busy towards the end of, I guess, the workday because we open at 12. So around 5 to 6, when people are coming home or when people are getting dinner, we got extremely busy to the point where we were selling about 40 pizzas in the span of 2 hours, and 40 pizzas is a lot for the oven that we have and the resources that we have, right? So we have one guy making pizzas and decorating them, which is what takes kind of the bulk of the time. It's not so much the stretching out the dough, it's the decorating it, getting the sauce on there, getting all the ingredients on there, especially some ingredients like chorizo that kind of stick onto the gloves, and it's hard to disperse it, and just, lack of experience and a bunch of other factors. But we were trying to get these orders as fast as we could. Definitely were backed up quite a bit because, like I said, the one small oven. Anybody who I guess has made pizza kind of knows. Hey, the oven loses temperature throughout the cooking process. So whenever you put a pizza on there, the pizza absorbs the heat from whatever tiles you land it on, and then that area drops in temperature. So then you're supposed to move the pizza from that spot to a different spot. However, um, the oven that we have isn't in the greatest condition, so there's a very finite amount of space that we can move the pizzas back and forth in. And so when those two spots just like cool down, then you're kind of in trouble because now you're not able to cook the pizzas as adequately as we would like. So we were a little behind on the pizzas because they were cooking a bit slow, and the decorating process, we weren't too terribly behind. I mean, we were pretty, it was pretty tough. But like I said, what happened was we had a guy come in with an online order, and he ordered it. It was just one pizza. It was a pepperoni with the light crisp on it. And like I said, we were at a very heightened state at that point. We were super stressed out. We're like, oh my god, like we knew we were taking too long, but there was nothing we could do about it except continue forward. And in the moment, you don't know, especially when you haven't dealt with adversity like that, you really truly feel as like the whole world is kind of coming down on you, when in reality it's a small community of people who want pizza. But in the moment, it feels a lot more grand than what it was. So I guess we took a while, and so usually we have like a 15-minute time frame in which we can make pizzas. But the thing is, it doesn't account for the amount of people that are already there and the amount of other orders that come in at the same time, right? So Square doesn't update the thing of like, for example, I wish there was a way we could put. It takes us about 5 minutes per pizza with the hot oven, and sometimes people would order 4 pizzas or 5 pizzas, right, or 3 pizzas, and that's 15 minutes. And so that's what's taking forever. But like the guy, he ordered online, and it was just one pizza, and it said it'll be ready in 15 minutes. And when he shows up, in the bulk of it, where there's a bunch of people just sitting there waiting for the pizzas, and I'm trying to get them all out. So I'm getting them out, getting them out, getting them out, getting them out. And so I guess there was a miscommunication between my brother, who's running the, I guess, a checkout station at the time, and him, because my brother tells him, like I said, he was next, and he was under the impression that the next pizza coming out was gonna be his, but in reality, the next pizza coming out was some other person's, and so we gave that pizza to the other person, and he saw this and he got pretty angry, and he got out of his car, he came, and then he kind of yelled at us for a little bit, and like I said, we were already under a lot of stress, and in my within me, I wanted to engage back, and say things that I know I would have regretted later. Like nothing terrible, just like, you know. But I I was calm during the situation because I knew that at the end of the day, if I said anything, if there was any form of retaliation, I would 100% regret it later. And so, and it was just wasn't, it wasn't. I understood what he was coming from. Like he'd been waiting for about 30 minutes for his order, of one pizza, literally. So like crisp. So it was pretty tough. And but luckily, when he was actually, in the middle of engaging with us, he or his pizza was in the oven, and the oven was sufficiently cool enough where it was cooking at a good pace, and it was gonna be a light crisp. So I did it real fast, got it light crisps, pulled it out, boom, cut it up, delivered it to him. Like I said, it was a bit late, so the 15-minute wait, and then plus 15 minutes over the time that it should have been ready. So 30 minutes total wait. So he had to wait 15 minutes. Like once he got there, it should have been almost ready, but then he waited that gap of time where it was almost ready, and then 15 minutes more because we were backed up. So he did that, and then I gave him his pizza, and then yeah, I gave him 2 Cokes, one for him, and then I think he has his girlfriend or his wife with him, so I gave him 2 free Cokes for the wait. Obviously, I felt terrible that they had to wait, and I understood that they were hungry, and I understood that there's a lot of moving factors, whatever. So I was glad I kept my cool, and I wasn't, this was on Friday, and I wasn't, I didn't engage back with him or or say anything, because at the end of the day, he does have a point. We need to be faster, we need to be quicker. Um, but yeah, it definitely brought a lot of issues to light for us, as well as far as um, getting pizzas out faster, prioritizing certain orders, or just like new ideas or concepts of what we could do for the future, so that when we do make pizzas, they're coming out properly, and they're coming out at an adequate amount of time. And I have an idea of a sign that I'm going to put up on our a sign that people can read, so they can, I guess, hopefully understand that we are trying our best. It's going to read something along the lines of, here at Pizzas Locos, our number one priority is quality, which is 100% true. We always want to give the best that we can. Um, this may have an effect on the time that it takes to get your pizza, right? Something along the lines of that, because I want people to know, hey, listen, we're not taking forever because we're just want to take forever. We're taking forever because we want to make sure that every single person who ordered has the best pizza possible. That's why, not because we're slow, which yes, I mean to some degree, I guess you could say we're slow, but there's other factors to it other than we're just being lazy or unorganized. It's the oven needs to stay at a certain temperature, and the pizzas need to be in there for a certain amount of time, and we need to get certain orders out as quick as possible. So I'm gonna write something like that. I'm hoping people will be understanding, which most people are. I mean, if you go to a restaurant and you see how packed something is, you'll be like, oh, okay, like I have to wait. It is what it is. But I kind of just want people to know, like, hey, we understand that the wait time might be affected, but we promise that when you do get your pizza, it will be the best pizza we could possibly make. So, and yeah, that's the only thing I can say. So the next day, we came up with an idea of something we wanted to do. So we started cooking some pizzas and kind of just had them in the oven. Got them like sort of pre-cooked, and then pull out the dough and left it there in case we were drowning. The problem is we started using that as we didn't use it as we had hoped to intend to use it. We used it as this is what we're gonna give people. So we made like 10, and then when people were coming, the chef started just making those ones instead of making new ones. And here's the thing about that. It's the flavor is not affected whatsoever at all. The taste is going to be exactly the same. The visual presentation takes a huge toll. That's the issue. So the flavor wise, it tastes the same. The dough is great. That everything cooks perfectly. Presentation wise, it doesn't expand how we would like it to expand, and it doesn't look how we would like it to look. So we talked about it, and we came to the conclusion that this will be a thing that gets us out of a life support more than anything, right? It's like a last, like a we're drowning and we need to get these pizzas out sort of thing, right? Not people are coming and we're just gonna give them this. No. As long as we can make them and we're getting pizzas out at a reasonable time, I think that we will be able to avoid using that technique, which works. Don't get me wrong, it works, and like I said, pizza's flavor is not affected at all. Everything stays delicious, but aesthetically, it's not the greatest look. So that's my thoughts on that. But definitely a great technique to use to um, get us out of a tough situation like we were in this past weekend. Uh, those were some of like the tougher parts of it, but other than that, I mean, the reception was phenomenal. Everybody came down. People were happy to try our pizzas. People were raving about it. People have been spreading the word to other people, and they come down and they try us out and they say they love it. So can't get any better than that. I mean, that's the best type of feedback. That's the most honest review is people telling other people, right? Because people can say, hey, your pizza was good, and then never come back. But if people say, hey, your pizza was good, and then they come back week after week, or they go, hey, I sent my friends over, or they do send their friends over, and they're like, hey, my friend told me this place was great, and then this and this. So all that stuff is amazing to me because it means that we're doing a good job, and it means that we have something that people want to buy. So I want to keep having something that people want to buy, and in order for that to happen, it's always putting our best forward. And other than that, I think this was insane weekend. The numbers, I guess, don't reflect exactly what went down. Like obviously, we spent a lot this weekend, but it was also we had to pay the rent, which is like 1,000, and a couple other expenses. But the beautiful thing about this, what I'm most excited about, is everything is covering for itself, and I don't have to reach into my pocket or do anything outside to cover the expenses of the pizza trailer. And so, you know, I want to continue this, and we sold at least 120 pizzas. I don't know how many because we gave some away as far as like my sister comes over and she wants a pizza, or like sometimes we'll get hungry and we'll eat a pizza. So I haven't gone back and counted exactly how many we ate, and then how many we just experimented with and just kind of threw away. And we sold at least 120 pizzas, which is already an insane number. Like that's the most we've ever sold in a weekend, and I'm super excited about that. And then I think that once we experience that stress of the Friday in that span of 2 hours, I feel like we got so much better. We got so much better, and I think that next week we're going to be even better. And I feel like my nerves became lowered, and my anxiety was lowered now because I was so under such duress. I guess it's sort of like going into a cold plunge, where when you go into a cold plunge and you start and you're just so cold and you're freezing and you're shaking, and then you get out of the cold plunge and you're relaxed. You're like, oh, yeah, that wasn't so bad. It's the same exact thing because in the moment, in that span of 2 hours, we were making 40 pieces. My stress levels, I guarantee you, had like a little stress machine or whatever, just the super like whatever the highest is. And when they left and everything, and I woke up the next day, I was still pretty stressed about it, and so it was just tough. And then I think what kind of like put the icing on the cake was the guy that actually was on Friday where we had that unfortunate event with, came back and he was like, "Hey man, like I want to apologize, for whatever." And I told him not to worry about it. I was like, "Hey, listen, man, I completely understand. No need for you to apologize. Thank you for the feedback, and I truly do mean that because you could really take that what he said to us as like, oh man, he's being this, being that, but realistically, it's a manifestation of truth. He told his honest opinion in that moment, even though it was emotional, but in that moment, that's what he truly felt. And I was glad that he shared that with us because there's a lot of people that probably felt that way that didn't say it. So we needed that said to us in a sense because we do need to tighten up. We do need to find solutions for problems as far as like how long we're taking. So I was grateful about him saying that. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously there's probably better ways to say stuff, but I think that it was amazing, and this weekend was great, and I love that he apologized. That actually relieved a lot of stress from me too, because I was like, that thing was just like nicking at me, nicking at me, nicking at me. Like, man, I felt terrible. Like we couldn't get the pizzas out in time, and we were trying our hardest. Like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? But him coming back and being like, hey, sorry about that, felt amazing. So, and that kind of just reinforced me as far as like I made the right choice, because you don't know if you make the right choices in the moment. You make the right choices further down the line or in retrospect. So definitely made the right choice there, and not engaging, and just keeping my composure and being friendly. So I feel like that also built up some more skill in me of as far as next time I face adversity like that. Hey, continue to keep calm. It's gonna be okay. Everything's all right. People are people. You know, just give them the best that you can. So I guess that's how I'm ending the week, and yeah, 4:15 today, and then next week is gonna be hopefully another great week. I'm gonna order the same amount of pizzas. I'm not gonna order anymore until if we sell out this week again, then I'll probably push it up. But other than that, I think what we're selling right now is perfect. We're so close to our 200 now. We're like what, 80 away, right? We started off with weekends selling maybe 12 pizzas, sometimes just 6 pizzas, and we'd be like insanely hyped. Like I remember one time on what was it? October 31st. It was our like second week of operation. We had like 7 pizzas on our menu.